comfortable position. Taking a second to settle down. And feel the connection with the ground and the weight sinking into the ground. No rush, just inviting the body and the cells of the body to release to gravity. Taking a few deep breaths and allowing the breathing to make space in our body, to widen us a little bit, and to invite the pulsation of widening and condensing. With a slight focus of allowing any kind of constriction that is possibly there to soften and widen. Slowly drawing the attention within, connecting with self. Trying to find the center, whatever it is for us right now. Going back to the early embryological states, where our body was still flat, consisting of just two layers. The front layer and the back layer. A much simpler existence in a way. Breathe into it, feel the resonance of this memory inside you, open to it. And out of these two layers, every one of them is connected to a fluid bag. So in the front of our body, as a continuation of our endoderm, there is a fluid-filled bag. fluid-filled space. Providing our early nourishment. Allow this fluid to slowly penetrate and soak your whole front body, now in adult form, as a resonance. You can use touch to awaken the front body, to feel the softness of the front. And allow the nourishment to come in. Feel how you can rest on the front body space. And also include or start feeling the fluid filled bag from the back. The amniotic cavity. If you feel the contact with any surface from the back, awaken the cells of the back body and open to this back support. Also providing a balance to the front. The echo of the front body is still with us. But opening to the back body as well. Feel how it widens us, these two spaces, filled with fluid, how the flatness of our body extends into space through these fluid-filled bags. And now feel this protective layer of extraembryonic mesoderm encompassing both the front and the back. So around the fluid bags from all sides we have a layer, a coating of protection, containing these fluid-filled bags and stabilizing them. And if any movement arises from the front and back body now and these fluid-filled bags, feel how they are moving inside this containment. How we have this containment and the movement from the fluid bags is still possible, but with the containment it's a different feeling. With this protection around, we can allow the processes to emerge. In this dance of stability and movement. Creating a safe container for the flow. Our attention is still in this outer container of extraembryonic mesoderm, and the amazing thing is that this is the location where our blood and our blood vessels are being created. So from this extraembryonic mesoderm, a specialized cells start grouping together. Over the yolk sac. So in the place where the extraembryonic mesoderm is covering the yolk sac, the front body, cells start grouping. Guided by the intelligence of the body, creating what is called blood islands. On the surface of our front body, from the protective layer. I feel in my own embodiment that these cells come from the mesoderm layer but are invited by the front body. And all these islands start forming, which have a specific pulsation. And these islands, even though they are not connected yet, they have the same vibration and they start resonating with each other. Resonating with each other and also resonating with the fluid environment which is flowing, inviting them on a journey. These blood islands covering the front body, encircling our whole body eventually. In our very unique specific flow. Just follow the process wherever it takes you. It's one thing to read about it, how this process happens linearly, but in our own experience it's always unique. Blood islands pulsating together. And if you imagine these blood islands, the cells that are on the very edge of these islands, they will become our blood vessels. And in the middle of the blood islands, also something amazing happens. Some of the cells start dissolving, creating space, which is being filled with fluid. And some of the cells stay and become our primitive blood cells. So from the same cells there is differentiation. The borders becoming the vessels, and some of the cells becoming our blood cells, red blood cells. And eventually these cells, as they resonate together, as they are transforming, as the flow is creating a new form, they start coming into contact. They start connecting, branching, sprouting, like mycelium. And these blood islands, which were apart in this protective layer over our fluid body, start forming into our early circulation. At the same time, our heart is already forming, and these blood vessels eventually join in with our heart, which is somewhere over our mouths at that point. So it's a joining, it's a merging in a way of this circulatory loop, which will feed us and nourish us. Eventually drawing in more deep into our bodies as we form and transform from this protective layer which surrounds us. We draw in our circulation, our blood, our heart more deep into our body. So feel the drawing in. Into our very center. Eventually having this beautiful system of circulation in our yolk sac in the front, this beautiful web. Connected to our heart. Connected to our upper body and the lower body. And also through our belly button, connecting with the uterine wall and developing placenta. It is from the placenta that we take in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide as we swim in the fluid environment. And our blood cells, which started forming in the outer protective layer as we draw in the circulation, deeper and deeper parts of our body start producing the blood cells. First the liver, and then eventually, as we develop the skeletal system, our blood cells, red blood cells, are being produced in the bone marrow, in the deepest core. So you can just add this feeling of a fully formed skeleton, giving us the adult form that we have now, and this richness and the depth of bone marrow. Producing the red blood cells, being connected to our circulation. Blood filling us with nourishment, vitality, and many other mysteries. And every cell being in contact with this blood, every cell receiving nourishment from the blood and releasing gases into the blood. And this blood traveling to the heart and traveling to lungs, breathing out. And slowly ending the exploration, becoming aware of this exchange with the outer environment and the plants and the inner environment. Making a gentle transition without any rush.